Suggesting your business should consider global warming conjures up thoughts of regulation, hassle and expense. However, approaching operations, manufacturing and even the design of your products with the future of the entire planet in mind could make you money. No business is untouchable, not even organised crime, as global warming reveals the nefarious goings-on that happened in Vegas and evidently stayed in Vegas. Hi Heidi and hi Brent.
Hello.
Hello again.
Do you think bookies are taking bets on whether or not Jimmy Hoffa's going to appear in Vegas at some stage?
I think it's even money at this point. There is horror at the fact that the reservoir outside Las Vegas is drying up because it's a major source of water for the West. But it's also hilarious how many unnamed mob victims are showing up in containers.
It's like a reality television show.
Yeah.
It's like everything's being... I'm sure there's camera crews there following this. It seems like every week someone else just pops up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go.
Every time they see a steel barrel with the lid on it, they're like, oh.
Uh-oh.
So
we don't really want to open that, do we?
Yeah.
We don't really want to open that. But we have to open it.
And you've got to imagine that there are old mobsters someplace turning and looking at each other going, did we sink that body deep enough? Maybe not.
We thought Lake Mead was deeper than that. Oops.
Yeah, we threw it in the middle.
Yeah. For us to watch real time all of these theoretical ideas of what climate change will bring to be realized, you never thought that the mob was going to go, hey, Greenpeace, you've got a point.
It's all those concrete boots. We know how bad concrete is for the environment.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, you should have thought more environmentally about how you were getting rid of your bodies.
Yeah. So what does this have to do with your clients then? Are you suggesting for a moment that bad bosses should be put in... No, they shouldn't be put in the reservoirs. But what's this got to do with your clients?
Similar to this, in a smaller, yes, yet noteworthy item, the recent heat wave in the UK was unexpected, temperatures up to 100 degrees in a country that usually maybe gets up to 70. And long story short, the heat fried several computer servers at major hospitals in London.
Wow.
And you have hundreds and thousands almost of people that cannot make appointments, cannot get their chemotherapy appointments.
Right.
Parts of the NHS are shut down because they had servers in internal rooms that had always been cool enough to sustain them. And as soon as you raise the temperature too much, as you know, in an environment where a computer's trying to work, it stops working.
It's not an aircon culture, with that far north. There's never been a need for aircon.
Yeah.
But of course, that would have been exactly what was needed in those server rooms, which generate a tremendous amount of heat on their own.
Yeah. One of the tools we use, and we use it sometimes when planning organization design, but it's also very useful for strategic planning, is called a pestle analysis. And a pestle analysis looks at your work not just from the how much money do you want to make, how much do you want to sell. It's a set of lenses that we find incredibly useful. You look at politics, social, economic, technology, and environmental to really say what is coming at our organization from all directions.
Do you find when you talk to companies about the effects of climate change on their business, is everyone looking at science, or are they sort of caught up in the politics? Because over here in the States, of course, there's one party that says climate change, no big deal. One says, yeah, absolutely big deal, let's address it. Do you find that politics can interfere with that business proposition?
Absolutely, it does. But I think each year, more and more people are realizing that this is a situation we have to deal with.
Right.
If you're a small business, let's say you're running a small Amazon delivery business, because Amazon does not do all their deliveries, they subcontract it out.
Yeah.
If the roads you go on are flooded out and you cannot deliver your packages, it's going to impact you as a small business. In other cases, it could be that forest fires are destroying your vineyards. Your whole harvest of grapes is gone.
And where I see this is it's less a questioning of, is climate science real? And it's an incredible problem of changing how people think to actually understand climate change means forest fires.
Yeah.
We're having problems with people making this leap of imagination.
Right.
A client that we worked with does risk testing with insurance providers to see if they are properly covered for environmental disaster impacts.
Right.
The numbers are there. They exist. But people haven't made the cognitive leap to, we have climate change and it costs my company money.
Yeah. You know that the insurance industry, you know that the health industry, you know that the defense industry have no problems accepting climate change and incorporating that in the nation's security, the nation's health, and how much we get charged. They certainly are addressing it.
Yeah.
What you're saying is on every level, regardless of the size of your company, this is something we should all be considering.
It's really fascinating because it's this leap of imagination. We haven't figured out that the future is here.
What can someone like myself, a freelancer, I sit in front of computers all day, is there anything I could consider? Is it getting my energy from windmills? Is it putting solar panels on my roof to offset electrical costs? What?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because just the ideal that the power grid in America has sustained for a while, how long is it going to sustain now that everyone's plugging their electrical vehicle in also?
Oh, yeah.
Not only you're running air conditioning, you're recharging your car, and there's more and more rechargeable cars. So in your business and ours, we live on technology. If there were to be a blackout for an extended period of time, that would freeze our work. It would freeze your work.
We're not saying go out and get a generator.
Yeah.
No.
Which is amazing, because there are commercials on TV saying, take care of yourself, buy our generator, because you can't expect the system to be there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because you're paying for the system to be there.
But energy autonomy is on its way. I mean, we were quoted quite a while ago, $30,000, which is a large sum of money, but that would make us independent from the energy company, and that would include charging our Tesla.
Yeah.
Whereas over the next 20 years, it's forecast that we'll spend $100,000 with the local energy supply.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Securing your energy supply is important from your analysis point of view.
Yes, that's my bit, I think.
Yeah, but the other questions to be asking would be, what types of engagements am I taking? What types of work? Do I need to fly? Can I fly? Will I be able to? And look at all of the inputs that come into what you do and ask, am I safe-sided?
I mean, working from home stops carbon emissions, encouraging your employees to do that. Will people migrate from the hottest parts of the planet to the cooler parts of the planet?
Yeah.
There's all these things to consider.
Yes, it's an infomercial for us, but I would recommend look up the pestle analysis, do it with your other leadership people, and think about what's the environment going to mean for you, because the mob did not expect evidence to show up in Lake Mead.
Ironically, in oil barrels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is funny, yes.
God loves irony. Yes.
We love it. Well, what's the topic of next week's show, Heidi?
Was that a good idea or not?
Ooh.
By the way,
you sound like my wife.
This is podcast 52. This is 1 year.
Oh!
This is a celebration podcast.
Happy anniversary, everyone. That went quick. And you are literally still talking to me.
Yes, literally still talking to you.
Did we discuss what's going to happen next week?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that a good idea or not?
See? After a year, I'm losing my marbles. Well, thank you so much, guys. See you next week.
See you next week.